I'm already not very excited for Pokemon Legends ZA, but they're basically pulling the same bullshit a lot of these modern developers do. I just don't understand why the rest of Nintendo are perfectly fine. Okay. And usually in the rest of Nintendo make DLC, they usually add, more characters or, in case of Donkey Kong, they had in a whole new map of extra content. Okay. Because Donkey Kong Bonanza is getting a DLC as well. But Donkey Kong Bonanza's DLC is practically a whole new game in itself and adds a lot of content in that DLC as well. Okay, as well. And basically it's $20 and the DLC is huge. It's massive. Okay. Yeah. Okay. As well as DK Island, which is a lot of fan service for people who like the original Donkey Kong games. And also there's multiple layers of DK Island. So there's a lot of content for $20 as well. So yeah. And for people who love Donkey Kong Bonanza, that is 100% they're gonna buy that because it's first of all, Donkey Kong Bonanza already is a very great game. What I heard, I haven't played it, but I am eventually going to get it. But I heard Donkey Kong Bonanza was something like if you want to support Donkey Kong Bonanza, definitely support the DLC for the game because Donkey Kong Bonanza I heard was a very great game. Okay, but Pokemon is pulling more bullshit again. Okay, Game Freak. Okay, Game Freak's greed has really gone down. Okay, as well. Okay, first was the last era of Pokemon. You know, the absolute greed that they put in those games. Like, oh, if you want to transfer your Pokemon from the 3DS to the Switch, you have to pay for Pokemon Home. You have to pay for the service on the 3DS as well, monthly, okay, as well. And then now the greed is getting worse for Pokemon Legends ZA. So the game already is $70 on the Switch too, which again is the standard price, unfortunately, thanks to Sony and PlayStation as well, okay? And NBA 2K charging $30 for the same game every year. But basically, the final price for Legends ZA is over $100 as well. Again, if you play on games online, you have to get Nintendo Switch Online subscription. But the fact that they're locking the Kalos Megas behind a subscription is absolutely, absurd, of course. Yeah. And the fact that they're rocking these behind a paywall is absolutely absurd. We're gonna Legend ZA, okay? Compare this to Donkey Kong Bonanza, which we have compared this game to. Donkey Kong Bonanza is a great game, okay? What I heard, okay? I haven't played it, but considering the fact that most people say it was good, even Mario Kart World. I know people hate Mario Kart World, okay, but Mario Kart World is still a better price, better deal than Legend ZA plus its overpriced DLC. Okay, and the Legend ZA is exploring the most of the problems modern AAA games have. Is that they almost every modern AAA game, if you want the full game now, is over $100. DLCs are no longer just, oh yeah, here's extra content. If you like the game, like Donkey Kong Bonanza's content, you can play the full game about the DLC, and this game is still satisfying. Okay, the problem is a lot of modern games they want you to buy DLC because they're greedy and they don't give a crap. And people need to understand the fact that Pokemon is not fully owned by Nintendo. Okay, people don't understand that fact because people are like, well, it's Nintendo's fault. Blah blah blah. It's Nintendo's fault. Yes, Nintendo, because Pokemon is a second party studio. They're not a first party studio. Okay, as well. Same thing with intelligence systems. Same thing with Monosoft. I think Monosoft is now first party now. They fully own them. Same thing with Bayonetta. Bayonetta is technically second party because Sega is the ones who still own Bayonetta, but the Bayonetta games are only on Nintendo consoles now. So yeah, so because Nintendo technically saved the series, so Nintendo is the only one who are the ones that are willing to publish Bayonetta games, which is the reason why Bayonetta is still as alive as an IP as well. Okay, yeah. But the fact that and this is just why I don't play modern Pokemon games, okay? As well, I've never bought a DLC for Scarlet and Violet because I just don't understand, Pokemon Company's greed, okay? To Pokemon Company, DLC is just, oh, you must give us $30 more for DLC. Okay, and we can catch Pokemon that can easily program into the base game. Okay, because guess what? Well, Pokemon Legends ZA, I know Pokemon Legends games they are different, but oops, sorry, but Legends games are different. But Legends Arceus didn't have DLC, and that game was perfectly fine without it. Okay, as well. But it seems that with this game, they are doing this on purpose to try to milk you dry. And I think the problem is people keep still buying Pokemon games. Okay, if this game still could sell 10 million copies because people will still buy it, because people who complain about the price of games, unfortunately, are in the minority. Okay, Assassin's Creed Shadows, despite the greed Ubisoft had for that game still sold 5 million copies, despite Ubisoft basically using that game to rub people dry of money. Okay, as well. Okay, same thing why people still keep giving money to gacha games, even though a lot of those games are very predatory on microtransactions. Okay, as well. Okay, Japan and China are the sole countries that are keeping gacha games alive. Of course, no one from Japan and China watch my videos, so of course they don't care. Okay, as well. Okay, yeah, but the absolute greed for Pokemon is absolutely ridiculous, okay? As well, okay? The Mega Carol starters should not be walked behind a subscription, okay? Pokemon Company is turning into Bethesda, turning into Ubisoft, okay? That's what they're turning into, okay? As well, okay? If you really do not support this type of stuff, please stop buying AAA games, okay? As well, okay? For example, Donkey Kong Bonanza, also $30, full game. Okay, a game that probably did not need DLC, but they gave it DLC because hey, if you pay $20, you can get DLC for Donkey Kong Bonanza. And the thing is, Donkey Kong Bonanza is a really good game, so it getting DLC is more of an expansion to Donkey Kong Bonanza. Okay, as well, it's more of expanding the game. Hey, we'll see if the game is successful first before we get the DLC. Obviously, Donkey Kong Bonanza was successful, so we'll give Donkey Kong Bonanza a DLC. Okay, that's simple. Okay, you give fans what they want. Okay, fans wanted more Donkey Kong Bonanza, and they said, hey, we're gonna give Donkey Kong Bonanza a DLC. You are now. Yeah. Okay. Goodbye.